Well, what's happening in Ukraine? Uh, the war is escalating. Ukraine is suffering bitterly. Huge number of casualties. The Ukrainian army has been apparently virtually destroyed now. Most of the world sees this as a proxy war between Russia and the United States, and it's become harder and harder to avoid that conclusion. If the war continues to escalate, Ukraine will be, the economy is very severely harmed. Pretty soon, you increase tanks, jet planes, and so on. Russia will probably retaliate by a harsher attack against Western Ukraine, against supply lines, run into conflicts with NATO. U.S. policy in Ukraine remains stable. The war must continue in order to severely weaken Russia. That's policy. Britain, which is a virtual satellite of the United States now, Britain and the United States actually intervened directly last March and April to urge Ukraine not to move towards negotiations. And negotiations were going on with Russia under Turkish auspices. They broke down. We don't know exactly why, but Britain and the U.S. were very clear that we're not ready for negotiations. No, still not. The official stand remains fight the war to severely weaken Russia. If you think about it, just from a practical point of view, it's kind of sadistic, but you look around, almost the entire world is suffering from this. Ukraine most, but Africa, Asia, curtailment of food and fertilizer shipments having a big effect. Europe is declining, even moving towards deindustrialization because of the breaking of its natural trade, commercial relations with Russia. All over the world decline, one exception. The U.S. is doing brilliantly. It's degrading the forces of its enemy at very low cost. Fossil fuel companies are just euphoric with the huge profits that come. It's very successful in many ways. How long will Europe agree to accept this? We don't know. We do know what's happening in the global south. They're just refusing to participate. It became very dramatic in the international conference in Munich. The United States, Vice President Harris was there, other representatives, desperately trying to get the countries of the South to join the United States in the war. One after another said, not ours, your war. We don't pay any attention to your hypocritical proclamations. We know exactly what they mean. We've suffered from your savagery for centuries. Stop lecturing to us. Just laugh at it. We're not going to take part in this. We're going to make our own commercial and other arrangements with Russia, and particularly with China. You don't like it? Too bad. Even long-time U.S. allies like Colombia simply flatly refused. Brazil, no, it's not our war. Don't know what Mexico said, but probably something similar. Asia, India, Indonesia, sorry, we continue in our own way. The United States is quite isolated. The English-speaking countries, and for the time being, continental Europe are essentially isolated. Probably 90% of the countries in the world don't even observe the sanctions.